It's Tanner. They're moving Lenny in a chopper from the fort. It's our last chance, Kane. I'm heading out.
Take some backup.
I can handle.
Take some backup. Pick up Jericho at Loren Harris.
Okay, so today we're going to take a look at how to beat the Lenny escaping mission here in Driver 2, here in Rio de Janeiro. And overall, this is mission number 36 in the game. And so we are very, very close to the end. The next mission is the last mission. It'll be the final one. So this mission, I would say, is moderately difficult because you have so many cops, as you'll see. And you know, you're really, however, that being said, you're staying on pretty much the same road the whole time. So I know I was on that little curvy road, but then the road I just turned onto right here that I'm currently on, you're going to want to stay on that for pretty much the whole time. You'll see what I mean in a minute here. Literally on the timer there, a minute. So yeah, so stay on this road, drive as usual, drive really smoothly, drive clean, you know, don't hit, you know, try to avoid hitting other objects, other vehicles, you know, use what you know. Go with what you know, as they say. Drive close to objects, close to other vehicles so that you can lose the cops right away. That's what you're going to want to do. And there are plenty of cops, believe me. Cops all over this mission. And you just have to really, you know, make sure you have enough patience to get through this. But this, again, relative to other missions, this should not be that difficult, I don't think. Now, the next mission will be a lot more difficult. But this one you should be able to, you should have no problem with. Yeah, I mean, by this point in the mission here, at least this is the first part of the mission, you should have lost the cops already. And so, yeah, just stay on this road, turn where I turn here. I'm going to turn not at this road, but at the next street. And so this is pretty much the easy part of the mission, essentially. Again, there's nothing particularly. I mean, if you've passed the other missions, you should not have any problem with part 1 here. So part 1 is going to consist of you going to Jericho's vehicle. It says, as you can see, get into Jericho's car. So do that, obviously. You have to follow the instructions if you want to pass. Get into his car. And you're going to want to come out here. And because I was facing the street here, I came out. And I went the way I was facing, made a left, and make another left here to head south. And you're going to want to go towards the water. Okay? And so you're going to, specifically, you are going to want to go through the tunnel and just avoid the cops like the plague here. The cops are the last thing you want to see here. So usually, and almost always, I think there's going to be cops along this next road I'm going to be turning onto here. This is the road that goes through the tunnel and eventually starts curving right by the body of water. So here we go. So we have one cop on me right now. I did fairly well with him. I lost him in a fairly short amount of time there. But then, as you'll see, going into the tunnel and coming out of the tunnel can also be a pain. Again, have patience here. Make save states if you're on an emulator. Although, again, I really don't think... Again, do that if you absolutely have to. You shouldn't really have to make save states a whole lot in this mission. I understand the last few missions of the game are designed to be more difficult. This one, I mean, you saw the previous one I did, where you have to knock the gunman, chase the gunman mission, and that involves knocking off the thug off of a cliff. That's a much more difficult mission than this one. And the final mission, as we'll see, is more difficult too than this one. So yeah, just get to the body of water. Drive. You'll notice there's going to be a beach. Drive along the beach as much as possible, I would advise, because there's so many objects along there. And first of all, you're going to be out of traffic, which is great. It's a lot easier driving along the beach than it is driving in all that traffic. So I don't know what it is. It always seems like there's more traffic during the missions than in take a ride mode. I don't know why that is. So yeah, stay along here. A very curvy road again, although it's a lot more open. The street itself is a lot more open, so you shouldn't have a whole lot of problems here. Yeah, just kind of stay the way I'm doing it here. The only other tricky part of the mission would be when you actually have to enter in. You have to come in off the street. All right. So when you get to the helipad, when you get to Lenny's helicopter, come in off the street, and just make sure you're prepared where to turn in. You know where to turn in, because that's also going to be a little tricky, like I said. You see the white dot there indicating I'm getting close. I'm within reaching distance of that now. And again, you can only come in off the street. You cannot enter in off the beach. Everything's fenced. Everything's gated around. So, yeah. There you go. Make sure. See, I didn't want to overshoot it there, so I made sure I was lined up. And there you go. So as soon as you get onto as soon as you can see the helicopter, you will pass the mission. So stay tuned, guys. We are coming up to the 37th and final